So this is question 33 of the test review. So we're going to pick out a few things. So first we're going to look at what they're asking us to find. And they're asking us to find a confidence interval. And so confidence interval means that we're going to be in t-stats, proportion stats, or variance stats. Then we look at what numbers they've given us. And so they've given us this standard deviation, which means that we'll be in variance stats. This one's kind of confusing, but it's because, so it doesn't give us the mean. Sometimes it'll give us the mean and standard deviation, and that means we'll be in t-stats, but since there is no mean, we're going to be in variance stats. And that is because of the rule that standard deviation equals variance, the square root of variance. And another keyword for that is standard deviation is depicted as S, and variance is sometimes depicted as S squared. Or if it's a population, then standard deviation is depicted as this Greek letter right here, and variance will be depicted as this Greek letter squared. So standard deviation squared is variance, and all these things, the square root of all these things, equals each other. So we're going to open up these numbers into StatCrunch. And like I said, we're going to go to variance stats, one sample, and it's going to be with data because they provided us the data. We'll highlight where it's in, and we're going to change that confidence level. Look at how it's depicted, like I was talking about that Greek letter squared. So we're going to change our confidence level to 90 for this question. We're going to click compute. Something to note, it has the sample variance right here, which is not the standard deviation. And so that means that these upper and lower limits are going to have the same relationship as the variation has, so that square root. Because we're finding, it says in the question that we're finding the standard deviation. So we got to change these up. And so we're going to square root them. Something cool to note is if I type in this variance, and I square root it, it equals this standard deviation that it gave me. And so we're going to have to find the square root of these upper and lower limits. So this is my lower limit right here. We're going to click on the one that says that we're confident because we're finding confidence intervals, not probability stuff. And so we'll type that one into the first. And then we have to do that for our upper limit as well. Find the square root of that. And then, oh, that's all for this question.